What has helped me through almost every single stressful season of my life has been movement. Not distraction, not scrolling, but movement. Because one thing I've realized as an athlete is sometimes my body leaves a stressful situation, a stressful moment, before my mind actually leaves that same situation. For example, I was in a rush to the airport thinking I was going to miss my flight. I finally sat down in the plane. I was literally in the plane and anxious over missing the flight. Sometimes I'll stress all week long, and then that moment passes, and somehow the stress carries with me into the next week. And that's been the reoccurring theme for me in this season of my life. When you're constantly training, traveling, competing, and chasing the next goal, it does get hard to actually process where you are in space and time. As the famous saying goes, the top of one mountaintop is the bottom of another. And if you never slow down long enough to reflect, you carry the old tension into new chapters. So lately, I've been very intentional about closing chapters properly, breathing, reflecting, and especially letting go. Sometimes a walk does that for me, but most of all, roller skating does it. It helps me release everything. It's like therapy to me. This 2-week training block in Oklahoma was actually really great for me mentally. It was a solo trip. I stayed in an Airbnb, unfortunately with no stovetop, which meant every single meal had to come from a microwave. I've been plant-based for 6 years now, so I'm kind of used to cooking a certain way. However, this situation reminded me that growth usually comes with a little bit of discomfort. And hey, it actually turns out a microwave sweet potato still gets the job done and tastes just as good as an air fried or boiled one anyways. So yeah, back to the competitions. I competed 4 times over a span of 2 weeks, and I threw 58 meters in every single comp. None of those throws looked identical to one another. They all had different strong points and different opportunities for growth, but somehow it still all came together for season's best. And this whole situation actually reminds me of something so important. You know, progress does not always look perfect while you're in it. Sometimes it's in hindsight. And now that this chapter is ending, I'm taking time to reflect on what worked, what didn't work, and what needs to improve before that next mountain comes, because it's soon approaching and life moves fast. And I know myself, if I never release the old, I cannot make space for the new. Every season, whether in life or in sport, deserves closure. And every story deserves an ending before the beginning of your next one. Thanks for being here. Subscribe to follow my journey to the 2028 Olympic Games. You'll see the highs, the lows, the victories, and the lessons that I've learned from as well. Thanks for being here, and I'll catch you in the next video.